Most weekend nights, these sidewalks are packed with people, and you would think that would be good for business, but it's not, because most of these people hanging around out here are just teenagers. Witnesses say the man came running out this door as he was chased by customers and employees, where they tackled him here in the parking lot and held him for police. Shortening the runway shouldn't cause any problems for these smaller planes, but it could prevent the larger business jets from using the downtown airport altogether. It's the first day of school, and as these kids get used to the new surroundings, the school introduces them to something new. The gunman fired 7 shots last night. The first victim was about a half a block away at the Westport Coffee House, and the other 2 were left lying here, fatally wounded in front of the Beach Club. The J.C. Nichols Fountain is a popular place for Kansas Cityans to protest, and today, they're here to tell us just how they feel about the death penalty. The recent developments in Missouri's abortion bill have given these pro-lifers in Kansas more of a reason to voice their opinion on the abortion debate.
And we don't have the right to take life.
It's just simply not necessary.
It's not a fair punishment.
Once again, protesters gather on the plaza to voice their opinion. They're trying to end capital punishment.
Yeah, I've been opposed to the death penalty since I was a teenager.
Even though John's son Christopher was murdered in 1986, he always comes to the fountain to protest execution.
The way you break the cycle of violence is not by more violence, but by forgiveness.
If I had my way, I'd like to have them executed in the same manner that they executed their victim.
Al Smith has a different idea. His daughter Terry was killed by her boyfriend in 1987. He thinks people often forget about the victims in the death penalty debate.
They ought to spend their time thinking about the victim. What about the victim? What about the survivors of the victim?
Even death penalty opponents have trouble with that question.
I'm not so sure I'd be so gung-ho against the death penalty if my daughter, who's 23, and if she were raped and murdered.
And still, every time a Missouri prisoner is set to die, these protesters come to the plaza to hold signs. This has been Cherie Wilson, KMBC 9 News.
Oh, it used to be nice buildings at one time. It was really a nice place.
Mixed emotions all around today as people from a local neighborhood association prepare for these old buildings to be bulldozed.
When the drugs came, that was the end.
At one time considered some of the nicest apartments in the neighborhood, they are now abandoned and falling apart. Neighbors and police say a lot of drugs, crime, and prostitution brought about the demise of the building.
A lot of the drug sales would happen right here on the street. The cars would drive up and stop, and someone would come out. There'd be an exchange, and the car would go on.
Jim Collins, president of the Neighborhood Association, has been working for years to get these problems taken care of.
The prostitutes would bring their customers into the stairwells here and do their business and then walk on, just walk on away like it's nothing.
While many neighbors will be happy to see these old buildings go because of the problems they've caused, it leaves some neighbors saddened that they're not going to be here anymore.
If you've been on the inside of the buildings, you're going to be met with an incredible amount of mixed emotion because some of the apartments in there are very well kept.
For Karen, it feels like she's losing a piece of history. The 3 buildings located at 30th and Harrison will be demolished on Wednesday. This has been Cherie Wilson, KMBC 9 News.